Well folks, it seems our tariff man is back at it again. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the global economy, President Trump unleashed a wave of tariffs on March 6, 2025. Canada and Mexico, our friendly neighbors to the north and south, got hit with a whopping 25% tariff on a whole bunch of their exports to the US. What's the reason for this trade tirade, you ask? The president cited concerns about drugs and illegal immigration. Apparently, slapping a tax on Canadian maple syrup and Mexican avocados is the best way to stop those things. But wait, there's more. China, the usual suspect in Trump's trade wars, also got slapped with an extra 10% tariff on all their goods. Because, a trade war on two fronts is always a good idea. This tariff tantrum sent shockwaves through the markets. Businesses were left scratching their heads, wondering how these new taxes would impact their bottom line. Economists warned of higher prices for consumers and potential damage to the economy. But hey, who needs economic stability when you can have a good old-fashioned trade war, right? Just when everyone was bracing for a full-blown trade war, President Trump pulled a surprise move. On March 8th, he announced a partial reversal of the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Apparently, all it took was a couple of phone calls with the Mexican president and a sudden urge to protect American automakers and farmers. Who knew? So, does this mean everything is hunky-dory in trade land? Not quite. The tariffs on China are still in place. And while many goods from Canada and Mexico are now exempt, some products, like certain car parts and machinery, are still subject to the 25% tariff. Oh, and let's not forget about the 10% tariff on Canadian potash, because apparently, fertilizer is the new battleground in international trade. The stock market, known for its calm and rational demeanor, insert sarcastic laugh here, went on a bit of a roller coaster ride during all of this. Despite the tariff tango with Canada and Mexico, the S&P 500 still took a tumble, dropping almost 4% for the week. It seems investors weren't exactly thrilled with the president's erratic trade moves. Meanwhile, in the international community, reactions ranged from annoyance to anger. Canada, not one to be pushed around, had initially retaliated with tariffs of their own on US goods, but they hit the pause button after the tariff suspension. Mexico, on the other hand, was still threatening to retaliate. It seems the art of the deal doesn't always translate so well on the global stage. So, what does this all mean for the average American? Well, the short answer is nobody really knows for sure. The Treasury Secretary, ever the optimist, said there might be a temporary price increase due to the tariffs, but don't worry, he assured us, it's not going to be a big deal. But some economists are worried that these tariffs could lead to higher prices for everything from cars to washing machines, and that could put a real strain on household budgets. Add to that the uncertainty surrounding future tariffs, because who knows what the tariff man will do next. And you've got a recipe for economic anxiety. So buckle up folks, because it looks like we're in for a bumpy ride.